Alright folks, welcome back to the central camera build here. This time, since the building structure is basically done, the front wall is done, the roof has been cut and folded, we've started already on the interior. So this here is the diagram from the kit showing how the interior goes together. So this front wall piece is already part of here. This is the overlay we did earlier on here. So let's put that back. And we had cut out all the pieces, and last time I showed it, there was the individual sides here for the display cases. We have the actual lobby part right here. Again, this was all, the lobby was one piece, these were one piece. There was interior sides added, and then the extra level for the door frame, door handle. And then I glued the two sides on with glue tabs here, even though they show on the front, they're actually on the side. So I glued them in. I cut a few extra pieces of cardstock there and there, there and there to make glue tabs to hold this inside the front wall. I also cut a piece of cardstock for the roof because I'm lighting both sides rather than just the door lobby. Then again, I cut extra pieces of cardstock, glued it on here for attachment to the front wall. So this will go right on there like that, get glued in place. And then I bought some little top hat LEDs, little 5mm 12 volt LEDs that'll go down through into the lobby and into each of the display cases. Now what you see here, some of our product display. So what I did is I went and found pictures of various cameras, lenses, camera bags, logos, etc. to decorate inside of the display case here. So what I'm going to do is on this side, I'm going to build a small several tier display shelf just out of cardstock, and I'll glue cameras and or lenses of some kind on each tier, a couple on each tier, maybe one of the small camera bags here. Oops. And then for the other side, we have an actual camera in no scale. So this is an old wooden tripod. Looks like that's probably about a 8x10 view camera and base, which has to be cleaned and painted. But this is a box camera from our good friends at Berkshire Valley Models. Wonderful people to work with, great products there. So I'll be assembling that at a later point, and then that will go into here. Then once that's done, I will go ahead and attach this to the back wall, and then we can go on to looking at the sign design, which is going to be a huge undertaking. So I don't want to attach the front wall to the building until I've got the sign ready to where it needs to be attached to the building, so I can run wiring and such, because I have put off trying to figure out how I'm going to wire and light up the sign yet. And then for the actual interior of the camera store that goes behind here, so this will be like that, I bought some other LEDs. These are small 0402 LEDs. So I'm gonna grab one here. There we go, pre-resistor and everything for 12 volts. And I will be building two of my little fake fluorescent light tubes. So I have to order some 031 styrene rod, clear styrene rod of some kind, or clear acrylic rod, which is approximately 1.5 inches in no scale. And then I'll use that and some styrene to build two fluorescent tube sets. One for this side of the ceiling and one for this side of the ceiling to light the two different display areas in the back. And then this will get boxed up, and I have to figure out how that I'll mount that to the interior here, or the lobby, because they don't line up in any way, shape, or form. So this probably will get blocked into the actual building body itself, and this will be part of the front wall. So that's where we're at the moment, folks. Once I get ready and design my shelving, I'll get that cut out, and then we will go ahead and show you mounting the cameras and everything on there. So stay tuned to this video, alright? Be back shortly. Okay folks, we're back here. We're going to get ready to do our lighting for the interior now. But I wanted to show off what we look like in our interior. So here we have the shelf I've made, put some logos on the walls. You can see some of the cameras I've cut out that are glued onto the shelf there on the left. I have a camera bag glued down in the foreground. Then on the other side I have another, like a rolling camera bag. And in the back you can see the little kit from Berkshire Valley Models that I put together and painted and stained the legs. Here's a closer view of everything. It actually worked pretty well the way all the cameras look sitting on the shelf there, especially through the front windows. I'm pretty pleased with the way everything turned out. So now let's get to the lighting. So what I did here is on the piece we made for the roof, I cut 3 holes. The center one lines up with the hole in the center of the existing lobby roof, and they're sized to fit the 5mm top hat LEDs. And there are the LEDs I got from Lighthouse LEDs. And they're all set up for 12 volts as they come out of the bag, so we're good there. And I just cut my holes using this little scale ruler I got from Atlantic Scale Models, my friend Hal Reynolds. And then what I did is I used some cardstock there and cut out some trim rings to fit over the LEDs. And just painted them with some gold paint. And then one goes in the center of the lobby there. Alright, so we're going to use some canopy cement to glue these rings down. Get out one of my trusty huge collection business cards, toothpick, and then we'll use the glue and put it on the business card. That way, when I'm done with it, if there's any extra left, I can just throw it into the trash. Nice and neat. No worry about cleanup. Let's pick up some glue with the toothpick and just spread it around the edges of the hole in the roof here. Spread a nice thin layer so you don't get too much squeeze out or anything. Then we'll take one of the little brass painted cardboard rings and put it over the hole and line it up. And I stuck the other end toothpick and make sure it lined up perfectly. Slide it around the edge to locate it. And just give it a little pressure to help the glue set. And on to the next one. Little touches like this certainly bring out all the details in your model and just make it look that much better when you do it. And there again, we take the toothpick, put the other end in and line it up, and then Press it down tight to seat the glue. Canopy glue sets up pretty quick and it dries nice and clear. Let's see, there we go. There's one of our LEDs sticking through very nicely. Now the final trim ring goes into the roof of the lobby area here, so get some more glue out. You don't want to use too much. And now to spread it around the hole in the roof of the lobby. Get a nice thin even layer. And just get it lined up in place. Press it down tight. There we go. Oops. Now we'll take our top and put it in place and see what it looks like. And there you go. Nice brass trim rings for our lamps. Alright folks, so here I've installed the top hat LEDs and twisted the wires together. So let's light her up and see what she looks like. I just usually test with a 9-volt battery. And there we go. 3 nice looking lights inside of our display window in our lobby. Really makes the cameras and everything stand out really nicely. I'm very happy with the way everything turned out on this, so I hope everybody enjoys here. So the next step we'll get on to doing our fluorescent lights in a second. So here is the couple strips of styrene that I used to make the bases, and there's the clear acrylic rod I used to simulate the tube. I've scuffed it slightly with a sanding stick. Then glue the 0402 LEDs in each end, pointing inwards, and glue the rod down in the middle with some clear Aleene's tacky glue. And then the whole box is assembled behind the lobby after I glued them into the roof of the store proper. And there we have it. That's the full interior. Now here's what it looks like when it's been glued behind the front wall of the building. It just looks fantastic. It gives a great depth to the scene. Now I've gently set the wall back in place and put the cornice on just for effects here. I still have to go ahead and do the main sign, but this gives you the effect of what the building will look like eventually, plus the signage that I'm starting to work on real soon. Thanks everybody.